Welcome, dear students. I hope you all will be fine. Now we are going to start some video lectures related with the developmental biology. Developmental biology is considered as one of the most important chapter in the biology, from which many questions are asked in almost in every competitive examination, whether it is a NEET, whether it is a BSc MCQ type, or whether it is any kind of the entrance examination conducted by any kind of the university. So today we are going to discuss what does developmental biology mean, what is basically developmental hierarchy, then we will distinguish development from what we call as a growth. Now let us start. What is developmental biology? Developmental biology is actually a branch of biology that deals with the development of an organism, ठीक है ना. Now what does this development mean? Development means to say formation of a multicellular organism. MCO means to say formation of a multicellular organism from a single celled organism is simply called development. So development means formation of a multicellular organism from a single celled organism, that is actually called the development. Number third point, this development, you will always keep in mind, this development starts right from the process of what we call as a fertilization. Once the formation of this zygote takes place, it initiates the process of what we call as a development. Now let us discuss in detail. During the fertilization, what actually happens, the gametes, they get fused with each other. Gametes means to say that we have this male gamete that is called a sperm. It unites with or fuses with what we call as the egg. But here I will like to mention that it is not the egg to which the sperm fuses, it is actually the secondary oocyte. The egg at that stage is in the secondary oocyte stage to which the sperm basically fuses. So sperm is a male haploid gamete. It contains n number of chromosomes. Egg also contains n number of chromosomes. N number of chromosomes means to say it contains 23 chromosomes. It are not 23 pairs, not 23 sets, only 23. So it also contains 23 chromosomes because a complete cell contains 46 chromosomes, or we can say 23 pairs of chromosomes. This sperm, is formed through the process of what we call as a spermatogenesis. And this egg, it is also formed through the process of oogenesis. You are already aware about these points. This spermatogenesis, if we talk about the human beings, it takes place in the testes, and this oogenesis, it takes place in the what we call as the female ovaries. So this is the process of fertilization. The fusion of sperm with the secondary oocyte leads to the formation of this important structure called as the zygote. Now zygote is actually called the single celled organism, because I have told you that development means the formation of a multicellular organism from a single celled organism. I mean to say that zygote actually acts as a single celled organism, and this zygote is formed through the process of fertilization. Because during the fertilization, the sperm and the secondary oocyte, or we can say the sperm and the egg, they have get united and they have lead to the formation of the zygote. Now the zygote, it will contain n plus n, so it will contain 2n number of chromosomes. 2n means to say diploid number of chromosomes, because every cell is diploid in nature. Diploid means to say it contains how many chromosomes? It contains 46 chromosomes, or we can say 23 pairs of chromosomes. So this is the zygote, okay? So the main aim of this fertilization is that it restores the diploid number of chromosomes. It is the main significance besides other significances, but the main significance of this fertilization is that it restores the diploid number of chromosomes in the zygote. So once the zygote is formed, now this zygote will have to cross different developmental stages. Those developmental stages are actually, they constitute the developmental hierarchy. We call that as the developmental hierarchy, and those developmental stages are basically responsible for converting this single-celled organism called as a zygote into a full-fledged organism. We call that full-fledged organism as a multicellular organism. For example, if we talk about the human beings are the multicellular organism, and all the human beings, they have been created, they have been formed from this important structure known as a zygote. Now let us see. Once the zygote is formed, it is acted upon by a special process. We call that stage as the cleavage. C, I will refer that cleavage by the C. ठीक है ना. F I designate designate what we call as the process of fertilization. So the zygote undergoes cleavage. Cleavage means to say, what does cleavage mean? Cleavage means repeated mitotic divisions. Repeated mitotic division. Repeated means to say that this zygote is basically divided through various angles, and it is converted into a solid mass of cells. That solid mass of the cell is called marola. Marola is called so because its structure resembles like that of the mulberry, so that is why it is called the marola. So marola is a structure that is formed from the zygote. Once the zygote is acted upon by what we call as the process of cleavage. And what does cleavage mean? Cleavage means repeated mitotic division. This cleavage is restricted to only two cells. You will keep in mind, only to the zygote Z, that means zygote. This cleavage only occurs as zygote plus the parthenogenetic egg. Parthenogenesis means you are already aware. Parthenogenesis is actually a process in which the formation of an organism takes place without undergoing the process of fertilization. For example, we will talk the example of, for example, development of the drones. Drones जो होते हैं आपकी हॉनी बी कॉलोनी में, जो drones होते हैं, they are basically formed through the process of parthenogenesis. So parthenogenetic egg plus zygote, they are basically acted upon by this important process called as a cleavage. While as mitosis, there are many differences. We will discuss in the next video. There are many differences between the cleavage and the mitosis, but here I will discuss only one cleavage with regard to the location. Cleavage is a process that is restricted to the zygote plus the parthenogenetic egg, while as the mitosis is restricted to what we call as the somatic cells. You are already aware somatic cells because our body contains two sets of cells. One are the somatic cells, and second set is the what we call the germ cells. Germ cells means these sperm and the egg, they are formed through the process of the meiosis, while as all the cells leaving aside these sperm and the egg, they are basically formed through the process of the mitosis. Anyway, so once the marola is formed, it is transformed into another developmental stage. We call that stage as the blastula. 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 So the difference between blastula and the marola is that marola is, as I have already told you, marola is a solid mass of cells. It does not contain any kind of the cavity. What is the blastula? Blastula is not a solid mass of cells. It contains a cavity, and that cavity is, we call that cavity as a blastocele. blastocele. We call that cavity as a blastocele. So once the blastula is formed, and the formation of the blastula, we call that process the blastulation. We will discuss them separately in another videos. Formation of the blastula from the marola is actually called the blastulation. So once the blastula is formed, it is transformed into another developmental stage. We call that stage as the what we call as the gastrula. 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 So the formation of gastrula from the this blastula, we call that process as a gastrulation. And during the gastrulation, during this gastrulation, what basically happens during the process of this gastrulation, what happens? Formation of three germinal layers takes place. We call those germinal layers as the ectoderm, and second is called a mesoderm, and third one is called a endoderm. These are three germinal layers which are formed through the process of the gastrulation. But here I would like to mention a very important point that ये जो gastrula होता है, gastrula की एक posterior opening होती है. There is a posterior opening present at the gastrula stage. That posterior opening is called a blastopore. Blastopore. So what is blastopore? Blastopore represents the posterior opening of the gastrula. ठीक है ना. अब ये जो blastopore होता है, इसका फेट ये होता है कि या तो ये पहले एनस बनाएगा, या तो ये बेटा क्या बनाएगा, पहले माउथ बनाएगा. Based on whether the blastopore will first form the mouth or the anus, we have two kinds of organisms. ठीक है ना. One we call as the protostomus, and second is called a deuterostomus, deuterostomus. TEROSTOMES। एक होते हैं प्रोटोस्टोमस, दूसरे होते हैं डिट्यूरोस्टोमस। फिर से मैं रिपीट करता हूँ, ब्लास्टोपोर क्या है? इट इज़ एक्चुअली इन पोस्टीरियर ओपनिंग प्रेजेंट एट द गेस्टोला स्टेज। ब्लास्टोपोर can either first form the mouth or it can first form the anus. Based on that, we have two kinds of organisms, protostomus and second is called deuterostomus. These are very important terms asked in every examination, especially in the viva. Protostomus क्या होता है? Protostomus ऐसे होते हैं जिनमें आपका ब्लास्टोपोर क्या बनाएगा? जिनमें आपका ब्लास्टोपोर माउथ बनाएगा, ठीक है ना। डिट्यूरोस्टोम्स ऐसे होते हैं जिनमें ब्लास्टोपोर पहले क्या बनाएगा? एनस बनाएगा। अब इस प्रोटोस्टोम्स में कौन कौन आते हैं? इसमें आते हैं बेटा आपके मोलस्का, इसमें आते हैं बेटा आपके एनेलिडा, इसमें आपके बेटा आते हैं आर्थ्रोपोडा। एनेलिडा, आर्थ्रोपोडा, मोलस्का, these are basically protostomes, and we people, we are the deuterostomes. That means for example chordatus, कॉर्डेटस जितने भी है, कॉर्डेटस के क्या मतलब हुआ? कॉर्डेटस ऐसे ऑर्गेनिज्म होते हैं जिनमें एक आपका ये होता है, एक वर्टेब्रल कॉलम होता है, ठीक है ना। कॉर्ड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, उस कॉर्ड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर को हम नॉर्मली बोलते हैं नोटोकॉर्ड, ठीक है ना। तो कॉर्डेटस में आपके आते हैं ऐसे ऑर्गेनिज्म जो स्टार्ट होते हैं राइट फ्रॉम द फिशेज एंड टर्मिनेटिंग एट द व्हाट यू कॉल द मैमल्स, दैट मींस फिशेज, एम्फीबियनस, व्हाट यू कॉल एज रेप्टाइल्स, बर्ड्स एंड मैमल्स, दीस आर द कॉर्डेटस। प्लस इसमें आते हैं आपके इकाइनोडर्मेटस, इकाइनोडर्मेटा, इकाइनोडर्मस भी आप याद रखो। इकाइनोडर्मेटा जैसे आपके पास डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनिज्म है, ठीक है ना। इकाइनोडर्मेटस जो होते हैं वो भी बिलोंग करते हैं किसमें? डिट्यूरोस्टोमस में। डिट्यूरोस्टोमस ऐसे ऑर्गन होते हैं जिनमें ब्लास्टोपोर पहले क्या बनाएगा? एनस, बाद में माउथ बनाएगा। अब एक बार ये गैस्ट्रोलेशन प्रोसेस कंप्लीट हो गई, गैस्ट्रोलेशन के दौरान क्या होगा कि ये एक्टोडर्म, ये मेसोडर्म, ये एंडोडर्म, ये क्या बनाएंगे? ये अपने अपने रेस्पेक्टिव ऑर्गन्स बनाएंगे। एक्टोडर्म सपोज स्किन बनाएगा, एक्टोडर्म बेटा आपका ये सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम बनाएगा, मेसोडर्म अपने ऑर्गन्स बनाएगा, एंडोडर्म इसी तरह अपने अपने ऑर्गन्स बनाएगा। एक बार once the process of gastrulation gets completed, it will lead to the formation of the organogenesis. Simple सी बात है, organogenesis, because ectoderm it will lead to its respective organs, mesoderm will start forming its respective organs, endoderm it will start forming its respective organs. So when the formation of the organogenesis gets completed, ठीक है ना, when the formation of the organs gets completed, it will lead to the formation of a full-fledged organism. अब ये ऑर्गेनिज्म होगा क्या बेसिकली? दिस ऑर्गेनिज्म will be a what? It will be a multicellular organism. It will be a multicellular organism. So ये multicellular organism किससे अब बन गया? It has been basically formed from this single-celled organism, and this single-celled organism is called a zygote. So the formation of multicellular organism from the zygote by passing all these developmental stages, starting from this marola to blastula to gastrula to organogenesis, this we called as a development. But as I have already told you, this development starts right from the fertilization, because the fate of the zygote is basically decided by this important process called as the fertilization. Once the zygote will be formed, then these developmental stages will come into existence, and then it can lead to the formation of this multicellular organism. Now another very important term I would like here to mention, that another very important term is growth. एक होती है growth बेटा, दूसरी होती है development. Growth और development में क्या फर्क है? I would like to mention few points. What does development mean? Development, now you are aware. Development means formation of a multicellular organism from a single-celled organism. But what does sir growth mean? Growth की क्या मतलब है? It means just increase होना, किस का? Increase in size and mass of an organism. मास ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म, जब ऑर्गेनिज्म का साइज और मास इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, उसको बेटा हम क्या बोलते हैं? उस प्रोसेस को हम बेसिकली बोलते हैं बेटा ग्रोथ। और ये जो ग्रोथ होती है, ग्रोथ इज एक्चुअली पार्ट ऑफ द डेवलपमेंट। विल कीप इन माइंड, ग्रोथ इज एक्चुअली अ पार्ट ऑफ डेवलपमेंट, ठीक है ना। दिस इज अ ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन अबाउट this developmental biology. Inshallah in the next video we will first start these gametogenesis. First we will discuss supermatogenesis, then oogenesis, then the fertilization, its mechanism, then we will discuss this cleavage, then we will discuss it's a very important concept is cleavage, because in almost every examination ठीक है ना, questions are asked from this cleavage, especially its types, जो उसके types होते हैं, ठीक है ना, वो हम डिस्कस करेंगे। फिर हम cleavage को डिस्टिंग्विश करेंगे फ्रॉम द किससे, माइटोसिस से, देन वी विल मूव टुवर्ड्स द प्रोसेस ऑफ मरोला, देन ब्लास्टोलेशन, देन गैस्ट्रोलेशन, देन ड्यूरिंग दिस गैस्ट्रोलेशन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है, जो गैस्ट्रोलेशन में क्या होते हैं, गैस्ट्रोलेशन में इंपॉर्टेंट मूवमेंट्स होते हैं, उनको बोलते हैं बेटा मॉर्फोजेनेटिक, उनको बोलते हैं मॉर्फोजेनेटिक मूवमेंट्स, दो आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, फॉर एग्जांपल एपिबोली, एम्बोली, इन्वोल्यूशन, इवेजिनेशन, those we will also discuss in next videos. Thank you.